All right, Dan.
Yeah.
I've seen a few of these floating about online, and I thought I'd do our own version.
Okay.
And so because you'd know your Premier League sides, but I'm sure it drops off pretty quickly.
I'm trying to get into it.
Yeah, but after your Manchesters and your Chelseas and Arsenals, I reckon it gets thin pretty quickly. So I've got a little game for you here. I've got a list of 7 names.
Yeah.
And I want you to tell me, are they either a lower league / non-league football team in England, or are they a former West Indian cricketer?
Oh, I hate cricket too.
And keep in mind, with the West Indian cricket names, like, your Viv Richards over the years, there's obviously been quite an influence from England. So a lot of these villages and towns, they sound very similar.
Okay.
All right.
You can combine 2 worlds that I'm not across.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to see how you go. Okay. Is it a football team or is it a West Indian cricketer? Accrington Stanley.
Oh, then that sounds to me like sounds like a cricketer. I can't imagine a caller saying that name in soccer. Cricketer.
Accrington Stanley is a football team. Moving on to...
It's a football team.
Yeah, Accrington Stanley.
Okay, great.
Van Bernholder.
That's a cricketer.
That is a cricketer.
Yes.
Yeah, well done. Crew Alexandra.
That's a cricketer.
That's a football team, mate. Of course, easy one for you. Wavell Hines.
That sounds like a posh English team.
It's a cricketer.
Oh.
All right, 3 more. Burton Albion.
That sounds like West Bromwich Albion.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to say, because of that vein, I'm going to go, that's a soccer team. There'll be another version of that.
Yep, correct.
Yes.
It's the Albion that, yeah, okay. Brenton Parchment.
That is not a soccer team.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Thank
All
you.
right, yeah. And last one, Leighton Orient. Nice, easy one for you.
That's a cricketer.
No, football team.
That's very good.
How hard is that?
So hard. Let's get into it.
Hey guys, welcome to the Dan Does Footy podcast. You can find more of Dan Does Footy on the website, Spotify, YouTube, and social media. Lids off. See ya.
There was heaps of sick kids, and I was like, where are they? Kick him harder. Kick him all harder. Punch him in the face. I'm bloody horizontally challenged, if you get what I mean. Boner. Tough crowd today. Should we say this is the line? If you don't hear the next bit, it's over the line? Okay, so if you don't hear the next bit, I've got over the line. Who's just walked past Punt Road? It dips in. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for listening wherever you are and however you're listening. We're just glad that you're tuning in on this beautiful 4th of November. The sun is out. The sun is shining. And you look like a glowing tan has hit your skin.
Thank you. I've been out in the sun the last couple of days.
I saw you were near a pool party.
I was near one. I was pool party adjacent.
Yeah.
No, I did. I went, Bailey Smith and I hanging out.
Had a good weekend with him. Big kick in the park. I saw his story.
Yeah. Jeez, the anxiety, that was bad from me. Because it was just going to be a coffee. And then he's like, look, I'm up now. Like, because it was quite an early morning coffee.
I want to do something now.
And he goes, right, let's kick. I was like, I'm wearing, I tried to look cool.
What shoes you have on? Your boots?
I had my those Pumas.
Yep.
Those,
Okay.
I can't remember what the type
Kickable
were.
shoes?
Kickable shoes, but then the baggy cargos, the whole ensemble wasn't made to kick.
What was he wearing?
He was in
activewear.
Shorts and singlet.
So he was ready to go.
He was ready to go,
And you weren't.
and I wasn't.
How'd
at
you
all.
hit him?
I was relatively impressed, but my favourite thing, this is a new thing that we've unlocked between the two of us, is he'll just kick it perfectly. I'll drop it, and then he'll go, sorry. And I go, yeah, no worries, mate, all good. Like,
Yeah, just need it there. It's a bit there.
bit more.
So that's a fun game you guys play together.
So that was a fun game.
Where he
We
laces
played-
you out.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we went to his for a little bit of a shindig.
Nice.
Dip in the pool.
Yeah.
Try his Barry's drink. That was very nice. Haven't tried that before. That was good.
Was good? What flavour?
Lovely.
He's rocking the new tequila one, isn't it?
There was tequila. I think there was a papaya and guava.
Tasted a few just to make sure. Bit of product sampling just to make sure they're all good.
You can never judge a book just by
No,
one
you
cover.
can't. Yeah, you're just making sure that they're all fine. So
Exactly
I have
right.
another one just to make sure.
So that was good. A little bit of anxiety around jumping in the pool.
Any boxing?
There was boxing there.
Did you and him do a boxing session and then both get like a bit, bit stiff?
No.
No, but did you see the boxing bag?
I saw the boxing bag and I thought the money people would spend to see what I'm seeing right now.
right. Okay. And you swam together?
No, I swam.
Oh, you did? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a cute little date, you guys.
Thank you.
Nice blossoming. Because we spoke last episode about him maybe the distance going to Geelong and your relationship was waning potentially a little bit and the messages were going through but not coming back.
Look, I've been through a long distance relationship before and let me say it ended.
Yep.
And, now I'm looking this in the eye going, oof.
Yeah.
I mean, England to Melbourne was far, but there's quite a distance between Melbourne and Geelong.
There is. Well, once you get over the shit too.
Yeah,
it's a lot to get through.
So I think it was important that he took upon himself to just go, no, sorry, just a bit going on.
Yeah. Just move clubs.
He's going to G-Town like every day.
Oh, really? Drive. Is the house settled yet?
Moves in end of November.
Great.
So
Time for
at the
pre-season.
moment, though,
He's making the trek out there. When's he back? When are they all back? Be late November, I'd say.
25th.
Right.
I think.
It's another couple of days. Yeah, a couple of weeks to go.
Yeah.
Weeks.
It's a few couple of days.
Yeah.
And also hard launched me on his Instagram. So that was
big.
That was big.
Get some followers out of that?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, great. Love that.
He did age me about 15 years when he said father-son type stuff.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I went, oh.
I love that. Oh, it's nice. It's been a great weekend. And then you did the victory emceeing. Victory!
Yes. Yeah.
Someone did say that you emceed and then did a lap of honour for yourself, which is wild to me that you've done that.
Was that the quote?
Someone messaged me on Instagram saying, hey, you won't believe this. We've got a vision of it. Ollie's taken himself for a lap of honour and he's commentating the whole thing.
No, I did some of that.
Okay.
There was I can't remember what they call it. I think it was the VPL 1. It's like a junior side of Victory. They were promoted to the next division. So they did a lap of honour and I had to follow them interviewing their players and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Different experience.
Would have been.
Very different yesterday.
Yeah, right. A soccer crowd. They get around your jokes? You have any jokes for them?
No jokes. I was way too nervous.
Did you
for
do any
jokes.
nicknames like the accountant Wilkie?
First, you got to get around getting their actual names down pat.
Yeah.
And then I'll work on nicknames if I do it again.
Because they're all European names. Doesn't speak a lick of English.
Some of them were, it was anxiety inducing to get those correct.
Yeah.
But
What a treat though for Victory fans.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I'd like to think so. It was a good game. They won. Beautiful weather. Geez, that stadium's quite nice when it's a beautiful day like that. It's a reminder of keeping the roof off.
Yeah.
Roof
off sports, Melbourne.
So nice.
Forgot about it.
But no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. How are you?
Good, yeah, good. Weekend was again full of painting, Bunnings again. Same
You're
old, same.
loving
Almost
the
through it all,
painting,
mate.
aren't you?
Broken the back of the painting job, so that's good. But lungs, I've had this cough for a week. I think I've got some lexicon paint in my lungs.
Yeah.
had a cough and obviously everyone's like, hey, Anna said, wear a mask. And I'm like, listen, fast and loose. I'm not even going to prep any of the room. I'm not going to put like sheets down on the furniture. Fast and loose paint, let's get this over with.
Yeah.
And now there's generally like a bucket of paint in my lungs.
Did Jesse Pinkman want to wear a mask while cooking meth in Breaking Bad?
No, well, yeah, I'm not
Walter
cooking
White
meth,
did.
but yeah,
But,
and he did. He knew
just
it.
in terms of fumes.
Yeah, but low key for mine, I had a few beers, which is probably the big thing I want to talk about before we get into some football stuff.
Sure.
When you go to the pub,
Yeah.
what beer are you going for, like size wise?
Pint.
Okay, I think I went to the pub with a mate of mine, Aaron, and we started on the pints. And I said, you know what? Look, it's a pint day. I'm going to go for it.
A pint and pint day.
It's a pint day. Let's have a few pints.
Yep,
Let's
sure.
do it this thing, okay? A lot of beer.
Yeah.
But we'll do this. And then normally I'm a pot guy.
Yeah.
So the pints eventually, like they get you.
Yeah.
They put you in a bear hug, the
Yeah.
pints. So I think pints should be illegal to have at pubs. Too much beer. Because the time you get to the bottom half of the pint, that's warm. And then the lower third is just a real like chewing through it to get to the bottom of it. And then someone says, like, oh, another pint? Well, another bucket of beer. Okay. I think the rule should be it's a pot job only.
Well, I think you've got two arguments on the go there. I don't think it's too much beer. What you're saying is that the quality of the beer by the end is not where
It's not great.
No,
you
I
want
get
your beer
you
to be
there.
cold the whole way through. A pot, your beer's cold the whole way.
True, but can you really be bothered going up and down and up and down and up and down? I think that's the beauty of the pint.
Out of the tap you can. The pint's so big, it's so warm.
Yeah, but in terms of going back up to get another one,
I'll go.
'cause a pot could take about 5 minutes.
That's okay. It's worth it. When it comes out cold at the tap and you know you've got, 285 mils of just pure cold beer. That's great, as opposed to the pint, which is 570 mils.
So you'd be against the jug in a pretty big way.
Oh, a jug. When people bring in a jug of beer, I'm like, this is great for the first pour.
Yeah.
And then that beer's sitting there for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, that's a warm beer.
Yeah.
Keep it in the taps, boys.
Yeah.
Is what I say. And then in SA, I'm looking at this stuff here, beer sizes in Australia.
Oh, here we go. This is way worse than a Palmy-Palmo situation, mate.
What are they doing in SA? So in SA, they call a pot a schooner.
Yeah.
They call a schooner a pint. Oh, what is this? They call pints imperial pints.
Imperial pints.
That is gross.
How weird's that?
Why would they do that? Even Perth are doing some stuff as well.
What are they doing?
They call a pot a midi or a half pint.
Yeah.
And then that's fine. They have schooner and pint. So SA
Imagine
and
going, can I have a half pint?
just a half pint. That's SA and Perth are doing some weird things. Imperial pint is disgusting.
That's weird.
That is weird as. Imperial. Can I have an imperial pint?
Hello. Can I have an Imperial?
What's that all about, SA? Horrible. I hate that. I hate that so much.
Tassie have there?
Tassie's not on there.
Sure.
Yeah, of course they would. What do they call in Tassie?
I can't remember. It gets confusing. I know a pint's a pint for sure. And
Yeah.
I think the only change was from memory, maybe the pot is either called a schooner or a pot kind of thing. I think they maybe are switched around.
Wow. Do you know? Oh, you know what else is good? Ponies.
What's a pony?
140 mils.
So what's that?
So you got a pot, which is 285. A pony's 140. 5
Oh, so
ounces.
it's
And
just
then
like-
you have a 4Z, which is 115. I might be in for a 4Z.
So, where do they do foursies?
Melbourne.
No.
In Perth, they call the 4Z Shetlands.
Oh, that's great. So you got a pony and then a
So they
Shetland
call,
pony.
in Perth, they call the 4Z, which is 115 mils, they call it a Shetland. They have a 140 mil glass, which is called a pony. And they have a 170 mil glass as well, called a bobby. And SA call the bobby the butcher. I don't mind the butcher and bobby.
Well, we got to go to Perth and get a few Shetlands into us.
We do. Well, the next thing was our Dan Does Geelong vlog was out. And we
Sure.
put out there, hey, where should we go next? Perth was like the number one spot to go to.
Really? That was the overwhelming...
Overwhelming place to
Wow.
be. So I think we have to get over there and see what's going on.
Yeah, we talk a lot about it without knowing anything about
No.
it. Have you been at all?
I've been there a couple of times, yeah.
Played there?
I played there on the old. I haven't seen Optus though,
Yeah,
the new
right.
Optus, but I'd be keen to see the store. That would
Yeah.
be elite. You think
There'd
it'd be elite?
2 stores there, you'd imagine then.
Yeah, it would have to be.
There would have to be.
It'd have to be. And have a few Shetlands over there. A Shetland's wild.
A few Shetlands and a Palmo.
115. That's big. That's big.
So what,
okay.
what is 150? What do you reckon?
115. So if a pot say that,
Yeah, at
that's
285.
280. So half that's 140.
So it's a
That
shot.
is tiny. It's a shot of beer. I reckon that's the new thing, guys. Let's go around, and if you're in Melbourne or in Perth, you can't do it anywhere else because there's no options there. But Melbourne, Adelaide don't even do Fordsies. 140 mils, you can ask for ponies in every state.
Okay.
Bring back ponies.
Ponies and Palmos.
Everyone's on ponies from now on. 140 mil. That's awesome. I'm going to ask for a pony at the pub. A pony, please. I love that so much. I love
Brilliant.
beer. Love drinking beer. I'm all about it.
Just in small but frequent doses.
On the vlogs as well, we've had a few clubs hit us up and say, hey, do you want to come do a club tour? So watch this space on a club in Melbourne that we've spoken, wouldn't say shit about, being honest.
Oh, I remember this club that you were talking. You sure about that?
I've been very honest the whole year.
being honest.
Honest.
Yep.
May have called them a slide every now and then. But we've had some comms about maybe going out there and seeing what's happening out there.
Have you had any comms from Geelong?
No.
Well, you know what? That's annoying because that was almost a free ad for that store.
It was. I mean, that's a paid advertisement.
We bigged it up hugely.
We gave them a fair bit. Yeah, I know. No, nothing from Geelong. But we'll do another one for the end of the year, I think. Let's get
Yeah.
out there and we'll rip another one.
Yeah, love
for sure.
that.
For sure. Just a couple more things.
Yep.
The entitled crow costume, got some feedback from yours. Did you know that a crow can hold a grudge for 17 years? Like scientists have just found that out.
Makes a lot of
Is
sense.
that's what I'm thinking now. You must have maybe, that.
From 97 onwards.
Yeah. That's an interesting fact from there. And also, something that I saw caught my eye watching the races this weekend, or the weekend just gone. Billy Slater
Yeah.
was doing interviews on the back of a horse. So the jockey wins the race and they throw to the jockey, which normally is your boundary ride in football. But in horse racing, jockeys on the horse, they have to put someone on the horse to go interview. Billy Slater was that person doing that.
Geez, that's got shades of Matthew Pavlich during the Olympics,
That's
doesn't
what
it?
I said. And then I made mention hey, Billy Slater, rugby, now he's in the horse world. Like, that's pretty wild. But no, he used to be like a track jockey or something like that back in the day. Very talented.
Very, very heavy jockey.
Very talented, yeah. I mean, would have a big horse.
Yeah, well,
But what a crossover.
He's
That's
also
State
worked
of
in the
Origin
AFL
coach.
as well.
He's worked in AFL?
Yep.
Did he? What did he do?
He was St Kilda's tackling coach for a season.
That explains a lot then.
Yeah,
it
it
went
does.
pretty well, didn't it?
Because St Kilda footy, elite pressure. But anyway, so he's crossed over to 3 different markets now. That's pretty cool.
He's broad. If you talk about broad in the show, he gets broad.
He's real Nathan.
He gets real broad. But I saw that. I was like, okay, Billy Slater, rugby
Yeah.
world. Tough guy. On a horse, tight pants.
That's very, very funny from a journalist's point of view that in the horse world you have to be on a horse. Because I've always thought the best version of a boundary rider is in the surfing world. Those people,
They're in the water.
yeah, on a surfboard, just like paddle over and go, no, that was pretty gnarly, wasn't it, bruh? You got up on the lip there, didn't you?
Yeah, they're just so puffed.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a lot to think about. I mean, that scenario as well. And on the back of a
Elite.
horse when a jockey's won and you have to get your horse over there, then
Yeah.
keep the horse next to the other horse. They're kicking around.
Yeah.
You're trying to remember questions and ride a horse at the same time and put a microphone in someone's face.
Yeah, that's stressful.
That's a lot.
It's not as stressful as the surfers, though. I'm telling you. Watch it when Bell's Beach rolls around. It's phenomenal. And the commentators, they're essentially in banana lounges and Hawaiian shirts,
Just relaxing.
just chilling out.
Where-
It looks like the dream.
Where is that interview being done though? At the back of the break? Like, how do they get it all the way in? Because it'd be
Once, well, I think obviously some. I'm not. I know I
No,
look
you
like
are.
a surfer, but yeah. So obviously, like the break will happen and then it flattens out, right? So it's not out the back because then that
Okay.
would mean the surfer would have to go back out the back of the.
they just
break.
find a spot.
So they just find a spot, paddle on over, and they're just hanging out.
Yeah.
there
In the
you go.
green room.
Yeah,
Something I never got around was surfing. I don't get that.
No.
I don't get that at all.
good to watch. It's surprisingly good to watch.
Is it?
Yeah.
Let's get around it. Yeah, Kelly Slater liked one of our things.
Really?
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, he did. Back in the day, like 2 months ago.
That's back
So
in the day.
old. This is coming back as well. International rules.
Yes.
See this?
Saw this.
Might be making a return now. Apparently, the AFL officials met with the Gaelic Athletic Association during grand final week. Now, before COVID, apparently we were going to continue the series and then take it to New York to play.
To play the Irish still,
Yep.
or to not play the Yanks?
No, we'd smoke them. It'd be so easily.
Well,
It'd be
unless we played,
Saquon.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah. So apparently we're going to play Ireland in New York before COVID hit. That was the big expansion period for
That's
us.
interesting.
But pretty sure, I like that this series might be coming back.
It's brilliant.
Pretty sure we stopped it because we would just beat the absolute shit out of them.
It's pretty embarrassing when it's a sport we don't even play.
Yeah. But I'm talking physically as well. Like we
Yeah.
just bash
Oh,
them.
true.
Like we go over there, drink all their beers, all the Guinness, and then just 2 days later belt the absolute shit out of them
Yeah.
on the field. Like we were probably a bit too rough.
Some of the great memories. I was so annoyed when I lived over there that it wasn't on.
No.
Because I just thought to myself, what a really awesome. If you're an AFL fan in Ireland during that time, it's like the only time really that you could just go to the pub and see like Buddy Franklin at the time.
Yeah.
And no one would be that interested in
No,
you.
he's just there with a few Guinnesses, split the G.
And you'd probably be able to go, but Aussie.
Yeah. You know
And
me.
you go, nice one.
Yeah.
Like imagine that. It'd
be
be
pretty
such
cool.
a cool environment.
It'd be cool because that's the only time you get to see Australia represented really physically. All Australian team is there, but to see Australia play against someone else,
What do you mean? Like outside the Olympics?
just we
and-
don't ever see us play anyone. Like in football sense.
Oh, in a football sense,
Sorry, not
absolutely,
not like that. In a football sense. So to see
Yeah.
like an Australian football team go out there and represent us, that's very, very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool. But I'd like to see it back. I'd like to
Yeah.
see us just beat them up again.
Yeah.
They just got to know, like, I don't know, maybe in their sport it's different. Obviously, our sport 360.
Yeah.
So you have to have your senses about you. Over there, like, I feel like when we played them, we just line them up from every way. No peripherals on them. Had the blinkers on.
No. And it's interesting because it is more or less 360, that sport.
It's exactly, it's revolutionary. It's around the way, all the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they should be a lot better.
I know. Bring that back. This is also big news. I don't know what they're doing at North, but it's confirmed that they're going to sell 2 home games to Western Australia. A deal that will see them pocket $6 million in a 3-year deal. So we spoke about 2 weeks ago. They'll play either West Coast or Freo at Optus and then a game potentially in Sunbury.
Where's
which
that?
is wild. In like, I'm guessing Perth, people know more than us outside of Perth, regional
okay.
Perth.
Yep.
So North fans now, they're doing this because WA tourism obviously will have a hand in this, and the AFL wants to grow some, maybe expand to a 20th team. So we're hearing sources. That's maybe why we're doing this, to see
That's
if
true.
Perth could have a third team and the AFL could have a 20th team. So they're trialing this thing out.
West
There's a lot of
Coast,
moving parts
Freo
to
and
it.
Sunbury.
The Sunbury Kangaroos.
Yeah.
That'd be good. But North fans apparently they can catch a direct flight to Bustleton to see their team play at a 15,000 seat stadium. But that's not going to happen because North don't even go to Marvel to see their team play.
No.
So why would they get on a flight to Bustleton?
Oh, I know Bustleton.
You do?
I do.
What's in Bustleton?
Well, my mate, Jono, his girlfriend's from, I forgot the place, but it's about 3 hours south of Bustleton.
Yep.
So if you want to go to any of those towns on that coast,
You have to go there
you
first.
have to fly to Bustleton first.
Yeah, right.
And then get in a car.
Business is booming in Bustleton.
Yeah.
It's about to.
But you're right. No one's going.
No.
To
North
Marvel.
fans aren't going to go there.
No.
No way.
They don't go to Ninja Stadium.
No. Ninja don't go to Marvel, don't go to Ninja, don't go anywhere. So it's a bold move. Like, it's a big deal to sell 2 home games, especially when you're trying to build something.
6 million's a fair bit, though, isn't
It's
it?
a lot of
really?
money, but geez, you're just giving away points to win. Everyone says they got a good record there. They do, but also West Coast will get better now. Freo are a top 8 team easily. Next 3 years, that'll be grim. Just being 2 weeks away, consecutive weeks, your family's over there. That's big on the players. Jack Darling's trying to leave Perth. He gets thrown back in there.
Jack Darling.
Poor Jack Darling spent
Of
2 more weeks there again.
course.
He's playing it. So we'll see. But a 20th AFL team, if it's going to work anywhere, I think WA
Really? That's
would
where.
be the one. I think so.
And would it be another Perth? It would. I don't
Couldn't
know
have it in
enough-
Perth. Nah, it's like the SA conversation. You couldn't have another 20th team in SA. Like at Adelaide Oval. It'd have to be somewhere else.
In SA. You couldn't do another one in Adelaide.
Norwood's the most obvious one, I
Yeah.
think, but that stadium is a genuine soccer field.
Yeah.
They'd have to reno it. And
Sturt, maybe? They're pretty well supported, aren't they?
I don't know. Have you seen their oval?
I've been there once.
You used to call it dog shit park.
Yeah, right. Well, that's not positive, is it?
No,
that's
but
not.
it's generally a dog park during the week.
Glenelg?
Glenelg, yeah. Glider Roll Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
Tigers?
There'll be a 20th team, I have no doubt.
Or like even Mount Gambier.
That could work. Love the footy there. Even though we took away a game from Gather Round from them.
Yeah.
So there'll be a 20th team. It will happen. But this is big by North.
Yeah,
Just trying to
huge.
fucking set the path, though. Also, the AFL is doing some things to remove the 666 rule. You know the warning that they give out to the rucks?
do.
I don't like it. I love when the umpire just yells at the rucks like he's got any idea what's happening. It's like, mate, I'm just trying to fucking take the ball. I don't care. You think I care?
I've got one job
That's
here.
a warning, mate. Oh, mate. I literally have a job to put my knee in the other bloke's knee and his chest. You're
Yeah.
telling me about a 666 rule? I don't care, mate. Don't
So
do that.
what are they going to try and change it to?
Apparently, it'll just be a free kick.
Oh, right. Okay.
If you infringe, the opposition
Yeah,
gets a free
sure.
kick. So that's fair enough. I'd take that warning out. That warning does nothing. No
that's
one ever
true.
gets pinned for it as well. So around the league as well, I just saw a D's fan fall to his knees and then get up from his knees.
Yeah.
All in the same kind of trade period, off season from hell. Getting up from his knees because Gary Pert has been, he's stepping down as CEO of Melbourne Football Club.
Yep.
That's big. I think D's fans are happy about this. Rejoicing is seemingly the reaction we're getting from this thing.
Yep. That's not our opinion.
No,
That's
this is
the
what we're
overwhelming-
hearing from around Melbourne fans and the way that they react to this news.
Yep.
But the football club's just a shit show at the moment.
Yeah.
That's a genuine, it's an absolute basket case. You had your CEO and your president step down. Your 2 star players hate the joint.
Now,
What is going on there? I feel for every Melbourne Demons fan. It's just like, when's enough's going to be enough? Joel Smith's come out as well with his 4-year ban. Like, the club is in just the worst position it's been in a long time.
yeah. And frustrating because they're also in the best position they've been in a long time. Like in the sense that you remember the Melbourne of old in the, early 2000s, in the noughties and 2000s, which was just
Crazy.
like 8,000 people at a game, couldn't win a game to save themselves. And now they've been gifted the fact that they've won a flag and have got some unbelievable players on their list. But then the payoff for that is,
Sorry.
by the way, also your club's going to be in a total shit show.
Yeah.
It's not very fair.
I don't get it. It'd be tough to be a D's fan. Like, I just don't get. Because you're right. You look at the whole club and you go, this has just been an absolute circus. This whole year has been a circus, a year from hell. And then you look at the list and go, okay, well, if Track and Clan Oliver can get back on track.
Nice.
And then everything can seemingly gel with Gorney and that midfield group. Like, they still have a good chance of doing some damage maybe around finals, making finals. Yeah. But from what we're hearing, the relationships there are just fractured everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, there's players there still who haven't spoken to Track or, want to seemingly fix that relationship. So who knows how it's going to go next year. But at the moment, like next year, Clary and Track could walk. And then that leaves that club in could you imagine?
And Gorney, you'd be almost...
It's on a 2-year deal.
He's on a 2-year deal,
Still have
right?
one more to go
he'd
on his
have
contract.
One more after this, yeah.
It'd be a tough spot for D's fans if that happens. They could be looking duck down the barrel here.
Yeah.
And there's still the question marks around Goody. Like, I feel for D's fans. I really do. I really do. So hang in there, D's fans. We'll get better.
Yep.
Hopefully get better. Hawthorn does it. Jack Gunston, the rookie. He's going to go back on a rookie list. Is the rookie list just a massive piss take? Like, is it really?
There's a fair few on there, isn't there?
There's so many players just going back on a rookie list. Like, Jack Gunston's a 3-time premiership player. He's played 260-odd games. Like, he's not a rookie. He's actually a vet. But he's going to go on a rookie list. So that must mean that he's going to be paid way less. And then he can only play a game if he gets elevated back on the list. So they take him off a list, put someone from the draft on their primary list, put Jack on a rookie list, and if someone gets injured, they can elevate him to play.
Right. I didn't know how that was.
I don't think you can't play on a rookie list. You have to be elevated to the senior list to play.
But can't they just get him on the rookie list and then immediately elevate him?
Well, they could, but I mean,
it's just a salary cap.
It's a way to just rework your books.
Yeah,
for sure. But it used to be back in the day, the rookie list was like you'd pick up guys who have come back from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Like basketball and soccer. And then you have 5 guys on your list each training session who like missed their foot. And you're okay, that's guys on the rookie list.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy. A heap of clubs are doing like Brad Couch. He did as well.
Yeah.
I thought he was going back to work.
Well,
on
true.
LinkedIn. But he's like now been listed and going back on a rookie list for saying so. North should do the funniest thing. Just pick him up. Imagine that.
You'd have those two.
Have those two. Hamling. Aaron Francis, Markov. Just go for him. Just poach him in the draft.
And there's no rules around that, is there?
Just take him.
So your club that have delisted you, in that sense, they will go, we will pick you up by the time our pick comes around. But there's no like rule that another club can't just pick him up.
So say for Jack Gunston, Hawthorn say, see you later, like you're delisted. We're going to pick you up though. Like we'll make a promise to you in the rookie draft. We'll pick you up. The national draft is before the rookie draft.
Yeah.
So a club who wants Jack Gunston, maybe like a North, could just say with pick 77 in the draft, North Melbourne select Jack Gunston. Before Hawks get a chance to get him in the rookie draft.
Do that with Hugh Greenwood.
Yep. Yeah, it's a Hugh Greenwood situation. It's super rare that it happens, but like it happens. At North, got a good track record.
Why wouldn't you?
It'd be so funny. So funny.
Well, Clarko said he wanted experience.
He's going for it. Yeah. I would. Jack Gunston looked good in North Colours, I reckon.
Yeah.
Looked very good in that. We talk about Joel Smith being banned for 4 years and 3 months. That's his career done, unfortunately. Got done for testing positive for cocaine after a game and then trafficking, a.k.a. texting his teammates for seeing who wanted cocaine. So that's his career done, unfortunately. 28 years old, 4-year ban. People saying 32 when he can train again. He's just not going to come back.
No.
Unfortunate situation there for Joel.
Is that all levels? Like he wouldn't be able to do...
Can't play football at all.
At all?
No.
No ammos?
Don't think so.
No, right.
Done. So, this is what I know we've said this before, but I just want to dig more into this broadcast deal for next year where you can't watch any live TV on a Saturday, like football coverage. Mm-hmm. So, the broadcast deal means that supporters of teams playing anywhere in Australia on Saturday in the first 8 rounds will need a Foxtel or Kayo subscription to watch them live, with free-to-air coverage on 7 to be delayed. Delayed football. Do you remember delayed football?
How much is the delay by?
2-hour delay.
Far out. I don't remember that. That's bad.
I remember it back in the day where it'd be a 2-hour delay and you'd watch the news and it'd be like, if you don't know the scores now, look away. Right on the tip of my tongue. And the scores would flash up. Who's watching football 2 hours after? That means you can't go anywhere. You can't leave the house. You can't check your phone because football's everywhere on social media. So you literally have to sit in a corner and face the wall for 2 hours and then put Channel 7 on to watch your game if you don't have Foxtel or KO.
That's ridiculous.
It's 2024. No one's watching it 2 hours after the bounce, after the game's finished.
Well, I mean, yeah, not because that's the only option. If you've got something on, maybe you can. I've done that plenty of times. I remember just quickly, I used to MC Port Melbourne in the VFL.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to hate it at halftime. We'd have to do around the grounds of the AFL, and Saints were always playing on a Sunday. And I distinctly went, I'm really, really sorry, but can you do it?
I
Like
can't
to
do
someone
this.
else. Like just in, the canteen. Lady.
can't do
Like,
that.
I went, I'm watching it when I get home. So then I go, and around the grounds, here's Karen.
He's gonna do
and
it.
then I go, la, la, la.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Maybe like older people could do it if you really love St Kilda, or if you just,
But I reckon that's different if you've got something on.
I'm with you. If you have something on and you want to, it's a big game and you want to steer clear,
Yeah.
I get that. Like finals, I get it. In season games, are you doing that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's crazy. I just wouldn't do it.
But that's because of my own world and the things that I've got on. But the fact that we're being punished because it's just not on until 2 hours later is ridiculous.
It's crazy. Just that's where we're going. I reckon we'll be fully streaming football after this deal. Isn't NFL does that now? I'm pretty sure
well, you can watch like one game on Channel 7.
they'll give you one, but everything will be
It's like
streamed.
one game a weekend.
We're moving that space where everything will
Yeah.
be streamed and you'll get one primetime game on free to air.
Yeah.
The next deal after this one.
It is cheaper these days, though, than what the old Foxtel was. Like, do you remember, like, back when it was Old Star?
I had Old
or
Star.
Foxtel, it was like, it was a proper package. But at least now KO, if you just want that. But then again, it's so hard.
It's so hard.
Like, yeah.
I have every subscription, so it's probably more
Yeah.
expensive than Foxtel.
Exactly
and I don't
right.
know which ones I have anymore.
No.
So I just get like, I have Binge, I have Hey You, I have like
Yeah.
KO, I have Netflix, I have every Disney, Paramount,
Yeah.
all of them that are what, $11 each. So
Yeah.
I'm paying through the roof. Couldn't
Yeah.
even tell you like which ones I really have, but I know I have all of them.
And as a soccer fan, say for example, last week I went, unreal, Arsenal playing at 6:45 in the morning, perfect. It's Carabao Cup game, right? Okay, so FA Cup's on one thing, Champions League's on another, Premier League's on Optus Carabao. Right, that's on beIN Sports. Never heard of it.
Have to get it though.
I had to get beIN Sports.
Yeah, I know. That's the way. All those streaming platforms is like so crazy. You pay for all of them, and then there's still nothing on them to watch. It's just the best, just scrolling for 3 hours, being like, I'm tired now, I want to go to bed.
Yeah.
There's nothing on these 24 platforms I have.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Stupid.
All the football fans, hang in there on Saturday. And if you really are going to hang in there and watch a game 2 hours after delay, then good on you.
Yeah.
But that's just not going to happen for most people.
Or you get a membership for GWS or Port. I think Port Adelaide give you a KO subscription.
I'd be asking for that.
Yeah.
It's like a phone contract when you do your team membership this year.
Yep.
And they say, it's going to be $70. Say, okay,
Not a problem.
I'm happy with that, but
Yep.
throw in a KO subscription.
Yep.
Haggle with them. Free agency window opened up a couple of days ago, so delisted free agents now can get picked up by clubs. Tim Membry was the first one we ticked off when news was happening. Felicity and Magpie signs a 2-year deal. Well done, St Kilda. Thanks for nothing.
Yep.
Thanks for that.
That's
Let
on
him
us.
walk there. It looks aesthetically, as we've said, looks really good in black and white.
Yep, he
Looks
does.
And he's just going to be a good player.
Yep.
You just know what's going to happen. He's going to fit in, just be a great little piece of the puzzle.
Yep.
Fit in perfectly, kick his 35 goals, be a system in the cog that is the Collingwood machine, and just dominate. So that's great. That's awesome. Thanks, Kilda. Jack Martin signed a Geelong on a 2-year deal. Cats are building again. Hate the draft. Just keep building with some older players. Happy for Jack Martin. Super talented. Still young. I think he's 28 still.
Yeah.
So there's some good footy ahead of him. But just as a Carlton fan, you just know what's going to happen here.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to go to Geelong, just going to get so healthy. His
Yeah.
hamstring's going to be just so unterrible.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, he's got those paper mache hamstrings.
Yeah.
That's the word getting around on him.
Not for long.
There literally was at Carlton, they were playing him in the AFL. He'd get injured, do his rehab, instead of normally coming back to the VFL after an injury. You know, that's what you normally do. And then you get some minutes in your legs and then come play AFL. They were like, no, we know he's going to tear his hamstrings. So just play him in the AFL. We'd rather him tear him in the AFL. And hopefully we can get a half out of him. But that's how good he is. But his body is just absolutely shot. So let's see how he goes. Geelong will turn him around. He'll go there, medical team will fix him. He'll kick 40 goals next year, be an Australian for 2 years.
Geelong, Sydney, Brisbane, they're the 3 teams that seem to be able to do that.
Yep.
And yeah.
They'll do that.
They'll do that.
They'll do that though. The Suns are rebranding themselves. You see this?
Yeah.
New slogan coming potentially. New logo.
What do you mean new slogan? Like,
Well, I saw the members got sent something
Okay.
that was leaked out about this new dawn that's rising. So is this maybe a new vision? Is Dusty signing there? they're hosting an event on the 15th of November, 6 a.m. in Burleigh. A bit early. Really early, so they're really keen
For
to
that
get
sun coming up.
That's exactly what
sort of
done.
thing.
The
Yeah.
PR team's smart here. Yeah, 6 a.m., 15th November in Burleigh, 6 a.m. The sun will rise. Makes sense. Gold Coast Suns, early, very early. But it says, join the Suns as we show the world the evolution of the football club and future ambitions. So 6:10 a.m. Big announcement at 6:10 a.m. Get to Burleigh. Dusty signing. Who knows? Maybe. BMX stunt show.
Wait, is this what's happening?
This is what's happening at
Right.
6:10 on the 15th of November, Friday in Burleigh. BMX stunt show. The 6:10 a.m. big announcement. Fire twirling show. We've got rock climbing. And we've got wildlife rangers. Now, I don't know if we've got wildlife animals or just the rangers or the rangers with the animals, but if there's some koalas there, it'd be great. A lot happening at 6:10 a.m. on the 15th of November
It's the
in
most
Burleigh.
Gold Coast thing
For
I've
the
ever heard.
Suns.
We're going to have
Isn't it
wildlife
ever?
rangers.
It's just wild that it's like, you've nailed it. It's the most Gold Coast thing ever. 6 a.m., BMX, wildlife rangers. Like Queensland people are just built different. They get up at 3 a.m., they do a marathon by 4 a.m., then they work an 8-hour workday, and then it's like at 6 a.m.
And then 6 a.m. is time to throw some fire about.
Yeah, and then, okay, I've already done everything today at 6 a.m. BMX show. Of course, I love it from the Gold Coast. Good on them. What are they going to do if they rebranded the Gold Coast BMXs? That'd be unreal.
Oh, I love the Rangers.
So I think a new logo.
It
has to be.
It has to be. The slogan's thrown me off because do they have a current slogan or what would that? I mean, I suppose every club
Every club
year
does.
changes it.
It does for
though,
membership
like,
drives.
Marching in or
Yeah, guys,
together.
Yeah, a bit of insider trading here. If you don't know, the slogan is just really built to drive memberships.
Correct.
So if you think it's like the mantra that runs through the whole club, no.
No.
No, it's purely just to sell you a membership on the phone. So I want to see what it is. I think.
I mean, honest, and I'm going to ask you very sincerely, and I'll help you. It's not all down to the your flexible friend in your pocket, as in company
My
card.
cock. Oh.
Can we try and look at going?
Yeah, we can.
I really don't think I want to miss a 6 a.m. BMX.
If you
show.
want to go, we can go up there. We can go on a Thursday night.
I would love that.
Okay, we'll go there. All right, fucking hell. We'll report. We'll go there and see what's happening.
So what the 15th is? Do you know what day it
It's a
is?
Friday. So we'll go for Thursday. We'll go to Rick Shaw's Thursday night. We'll do a bit of business meeting.
Bed by 8
We'll
p.m.
do a business meeting.
Yeah.
We'll go check out maybe shooters or something. And then we'll go to bed for sure. And then we'll go to the fire twirling show at 6 a.m.
I would love it so much.
That sounds like a party for us.
Try and have more fun than that.
Okay, we'll be there.
Indeed.
We're going to report what's happening here. But I'm
gonna
keen
do
to
it?
see this. Yeah, I think so. I'm keen to see this. So good on the Suns, though. Doing some big things. Doing
Good.
some wild things at the BMX show. But I rate it. Did you hear about Zach Tuohy in this book he's releasing?
Yeah, he did. Did he do an interview with my best
Your
friend,
best friend.
Tom Mitchell?
He did, yeah. So
I
he
did see that.
He's releasing a new book and he's just used Brendan Bolts, my mate, as like the bait. He did not fucking miss Brendan Bolton at all. Absolutely tore him a new asshole. So this is a little, is it called an excerpt?
Yep.
From the book. Me, English. This is what he says about Bolts. In the beginning, I was desperate to make it work. I found Bolts very intense. It was difficult, in fact, almost impossible to have a casual chat with him about anything unrelated to football. He just couldn't turn off for a second. That is actually very true. You pass him the hallway and be like, hey, Bolts, how you going? So, yeah, defensive structures aren't going well. Okay, well, not what I meant. Then he tells his story about the biscuits on a plane on a flight to Tassie. I was actually on this flight.
Really?
Yeah, preseason game. I remember this so perfectly.
Okay.
Crystal clear to me. When we took off from Melbourne, the flight attendants made their way down the aisle with the refreshments trolley, offering tea or coffee and a biscuit. From memory, the biscuits were those little shortbread tasty morsels. They were very good. Why do you need to know this? I can explain. When we arrived at the hotel, we were called into the team room for a meeting. As soon as the players sat, Bolton began. I'd like any player who ate one of the biscuits offered them on the plane to stand up. Now, at this point, I'm thinking, is this a joke? Surely it's a joke, but his tone was serious. Players started to stand up. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Mostly, I couldn't believe that I wasn't one of those forced to stand up. It wasn't like me to miss the opportunity for a biscuit. Wow. And then he writes about how dread it was, going to the football club and play for
So
Bolts
hang on,
and all that.
what was the ending of the biscuit story? Was he disappointed at the players that had the biscuit?
Well, yeah, the Bolts, said that to everyone and say, who's had a biscuit? And then, of course, I've had a biscuit.
Yeah, you.
Like,
yeah.
I think I had some in my pocket.
Yeah.
When he was saying that, I was like, oh, fuck.
Did you want one?
Yeah. So he said, we get the meeting. It's like his first, so he's setting the tone for how to coach. This is his first preseason. It's our first, we have not kicked a football yet. First preseason game, we get this flight to Tassie, and he said the biscuits come out. Boys some biscuits, get the meeting room for the team meeting for the game. And he starts off with, hey, who's had a biscuit on the plane? Stand up. And so we're standing up. He's like, do you think that's professional? Do you think that's the standards, we're supposed to be living here, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, mate, you've missed the mark here. It's just a biscuit.
And was he standing in front of the jars full of lollies that are waiting for quarter time break?
Yeah, legit, it was crazy. That was his first thing he did. It's just the whole, a lot of people have come out and said, why would he need to whack him now? It's marketing 101.
Yeah.
It's a hook, guys.
Yeah.
You do that by Tuohy, but he's not wrong about, I love, Bolts was good. Bolts was good to me. He gave me a shot, so I'll be thankful for that. But when he was there, the club did feel like high school.
Yeah,
like it was very much Bolts was the teacher, and then the senior players were like the cool kids.
Yeah.
They did a funny game, actually, the cool senior players, where you get like a new box of shoes, or Nike would send you some boots, and they'd say, oh, do you like these new shoes? And you're like, oh, I like them. And you know how new shoes are pristine, they don't have the walk scrunch marks in that bit, in the front, in the toes? They'd get them and be like, you like the shoes? Yeah, yeah. And then like fold them in half. And funnier, that was a cool game. I love when they do that.
Oh, and then give it to you.
Oh, no, they didn't give it to you. No, they said, do you want these? And I said, yeah, I actually do. And they throw it against the wall. Well, that was a fun game that I had when I was there.
Is that real?
Yeah.
That sounds, I guess, workplace bullying.
Yeah,
comes
it was.
to mind.
Yeah, it was workplace bullying all the time. And then when I come to the Suns, I'm like, okay, we were younger. We didn't really do that. Like, is this initiation? Like, what's the go here? If this is initiation, guys, it's really funny, but stop scrunching my fucking shoes and throwing them away when I asked for it. And it happened all the time around the gym or out in the oval. So when you go change from your runners to your boots, if it was the end of the session, you'd go and get your boots and everyone would go together. Then they do the same thing. You want these? And then launch your boots like 20 meters away.
All right, serious question. How have you ended up loving this club so much? Because that'd piss me off so much.
Yeah, I had some of the senior players I just like, okay, I don't think we're on the same page here. I don't think this is going to work. But yeah, it was really, really weird. So the whole club at that time was just a bit crazy. Yeah. Crazy. Bolts is good. Bolts is harmless.
I liked Bolts. There was a series on either YouTube or just on the Carlton site when he first arrived, and he took like 6 of the draft picks down to his shack in Tassie.
Yeah.
And I really liked that series.
Yeah, it was
and
good.
One of the players didn't shake the captain's hand of the boat, and then they had to get into the water, and then he said, no, everyone goes and helps. Like there was a few things I was like, oh, this, I really like this. Like,
it was quirky. He was. I mean, the place is, I don't know. The place is it was run differently than what it is now.
Yeah.
But yeah, back then it was a bit.
No crinkles in anyone's shoes now.
No. I mean, there was the goal kicking thing with Harry that we spoke about earlier in the year.
True.
Which was just torment. But that's okay. Last couple of things. AFLW season wrapped up.
Yes.
North went through the whole year without losing.
Yep.
And we're going to have Poppy Bolts and Jade on the show very, very soon to talk all things football. But they are next level North. They're scary.
Oh, they're freaks.
Drew one game, won all the rest of them. Surely they're just going to win this thing.
I can't imagine. I mean, we all know that, of course, yes, we're going to talk all things Brisbane Lions in a moment. They will always offer a challenge. Adelaide Crows finished 4th. If you get a game in Adelaide, they're going to be difficult to stop.
They can play that Adelaide Oval?
No, they play at, I think just at Westlakes.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure because Port play at Alberton, so that makes sense.
Okay.
And Hawks finishing 2nd spot. There'll be a challenge, but other than that, yeah.
Yeah. So North, the 3rd team in AFLW history to go through the season undefeated. Mm-hmm. And he said Hawks have been good this year. Mm-hmm. Look a lot like Brisbane, which I'm sure we'll hear about soon. And then the Hawks beating Richmond yesterday meant that the Hawks all got paid.
Yeah.
McClellan Trophy.
Yeah.
$1 million into the club. Everyone's got thicker pockets.
Yeah.
$16,000 a player.
That's so good.
That's a lot. That's an off. If you're a male, off season just got a lot busier.
Yeah.
Crazy. Good on them. So that's a huge payday for the club and everyone involved there. So let's see how the AFLW season unfolds. We're thinking North, obviously the favourites, but like we said, Brisbane, team show.
Yep.
So, hey, this is an absolute treat. Absolute treat. Premiership superstars, the Brisbane Lion, Poppy Bolts, Jade Ellinger. Welcome to the program. This is great. Hey, thanks for coming in.
That's okay. Thank you for having us.
No, thank you for the
Long time
also.
coming, really.
It's an honour.
If you can see on YouTube right now, we've got some presents kindly gifted to us. Are these speed dealers? Brisbane Lions
Exclusive.
speed dealers, unreal.
There's only
This
4
is-
of them.
That's what you're saying. There's 4 in the whole
Exclusive.
world. All right, Ollie looks like you could be like generally, dealing somewhere in Fitzroy. That scares me a lot.
We've come full circle because that was what people assumed I did, in the first episode.
At the start.
And then they figured out that no, I was actually just having, bottles of rosé in the dirty north, right in Fitzroy. And,
So much
and
better.
Here I am.
Yeah.
But I saw these sunnies. Brisbane posted these sunnies like quite a while ago
The
now.
TikTok.
The
Months.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
five
ages
or
ago.
6 months ago. And I went, right,
They're very
I got to get on this.
Yeah.
So I'm just glad that, it's happened.
Are these for sale, or are you actually saying there's not many
No,
of
there's
them?
only 4.
So why do we have them? What's the speed dealers behind? Just to look cool?
It
Yeah.
looks cool, and also it's the Brisbane Lions in a nutshell.
True. Just cool.
Just cool.
Well, we're on board. Yeah, well, before we get into
had to
things,
get you on board.
let's break the ice here. Palmy or Palmer?
Palmy.
Okay.
When I'm a palmy.
We'll just go.
No, okay.
We need to learn our lesson though, Dan. It's safer to just say Parmigiana. What's the nickname for it?
Yeah. Yeah, true. We've learned a lesson.
You don't want to lead the witness
Yeah.
because it could have been a Parmo.
But I think it
A
depends on
Parmo.
where you live, right?
A Palmo.
True. Well, you're Cairns and
Cairns,
Queensland.
Queensland.
Well, they're saying up in Cairns. Like in Cairns, what they're saying. Palmy.
Not much.
Points to the menu because I got no teeth.
Yeah, right. Okay. And then bit of a personal one, showering, facing taps or away from the taps? Or sitting down like a weirdo the whole time?
Oh yeah, don't mind to sit down.
There you go.
Sit down, yeah.
Sit down.
Shave the legs.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Facing forward if I don't want to wet my hair. Facing back if I need to wash my hair.
Yeah, I think I always face forward.
Sit down and shave the legs. I'm a stand to shave the legs.
What?
Yeah, okay, that's a bit weird.
You're so tall.
I thought that's what we do. No, we don't do that. Okay, no. So I tried that Nair once. That Nair stuff is nasty. That's nasty. That stuff.
Nair.
Yeah, remember Nair?
I was using that when I went through puberty.
It burns your skin. Feel like, obviously, we play for Brisbane. Does everyone live on the Gold Coast? Does anyone actually live in Brisbane or not? Are you in Brisbane?
I'm halfway between, but Brizzy. Definitely
Yeah.
Brizzy.
I only just moved up to Brisbane because I had to. But I was on the coast.
Well, we had to.
Yeah, the club wanted me up there.
Okay, fair enough. Close to the
Yeah,
hub.
fair enough. I was driving like an hour and a half to training.
Oh, that's a long trek.
But the city, can't stand it.
There's not a lot in there.
No.
Yeah.
Nah.
No.
Not at all.
To be fair, it does look like half our team lives on the Gold Coast because they spend every day there and put it on Instagram. But most of them do live in Brizzy.
What's the drive? Like, what, 2 hours? Hour, a bit less?
To the coast? Oh, an hour.
Hour if it's good weather. I mean, good. I mean, 2 hours if it's good weather, but if
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
traffic.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you what, I've sat in Ubers longer than that. That's not too bad. You get away with
Oh,
that.
it's a long trek though. Are you in the club every day?
Pretty much.
Pretty
5
much
days
5
a week.
days, yeah.
Wow, right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
do spend a lot of time on the Gold Coast.
Good
You
up.
do.
Yeah.
Keep the tan up.
Yeah.
True.
Calm down.
Yeah, well, you did look really tan. Look at us. We look so pacey compared to you guys. I want to talk about probably one thing before we actually get into some questions here, just because it's hilarious. That Geelong player, Michaela Bowen,
Oh, her 50th game. How good was that?
when she takes the mark and then goes the wrong way, and you're like on the mark trying to tell her to go the right way, and she goes off and kicks the goal. Were you just like, what the fuck's going on here?
I was honestly so confused. Like, I had no
It was one of
clue
the
what was
funniest things
going
ever.
on.
I'm like, what is happening?
Come on, sis, get back. But yeah, I just heard the umpire say stand, and I'm like,
Gotta stand out. It's so funny to see Ollie.
It's brilliant.
It's just like,
The
what is
honesty
happening?
system's fantastic.
Yeah.
You've got to help a girl out.
yeah, I was like, come on, girl.
Yeah.
To be
I
fair,
know.
like you've done her a good thing in her 50th game.
Yeah.
So I think you need a bit of credit as well.
Yeah, I was confused. She was confused. She like ended up on the better hand, but that's okay.
You're literally standing Mark telling her, hey, no, you gotta go this way. And she just runs off on you. You're like still standing there, like, no, help me, please.
Someone needs to tag you in the comments because that reel has gone viral and there's no such thing as bad
I
publicity.
definitely got a few hate comments from that.
Oh, did ya?
You were so stupid, learn the rules.
But no, I'm standing, I'm don't stand. You're standing, and you're like, no, this
Literally,
way,
I
this
look
way.
like one of those things outside the car sales. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
That's the worst. I've done it a couple of times. It's pretty, I don't know, is it normal to forget
you've
which way
been
you're
one of-
going every now and then or not? Or
I
not, if your
definitely
girl's not
no.
done that?
I didn't forget what way I was
No,
going.
you're all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she obviously.
forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
That's so
Made
funny.
it look good, I guess.
That's so funny. Well, it is the people's team. As you said, you guys recruit us, which was...
Yeah, that
it's
was big.
rare in
That
this
was
world
big.
for a team to recruit a podcast. Probably the first. Is first.
2024 though, Dan. You're really going to look outside.
True.
the
But we
box.
loved it. So, the Lions is our AFLW team.
Yeah, no, I can't see it.
How did that come about? It's just like... Because I loved everything about it. As soon as I saw it, I was in.
Yep.
You had me.
You've actually, you've got the skit queen here herself. And
Yeah, the big three.
The marketing team.
Producer, director, and actor.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Okay.
ticks all the boxes. But our marketing team presented to us and said, this is what we want to do this season. We really want to get all the numbers up. The first thing that comes to Poppy's mind is, oh God, Dan does footy.
I get that.
Sometimes you don't have to question what goes through her mind, but
Don't
it was
question
it was great. So
Yeah, it
had to
worked.
get you on board.
It did work. And we were on. So we were on hard. We're going, yes, can't wait. We're on. You've won a flag. Let's go. Round one rolls up. And I felt like we spent a lot of time doing the marketing side and maybe not training for round one.
I know. I walked up the field. The first thing I said to Jade was, "Oh shit, we've disappointed them, haven't we?"
So we've done a doozy here. We've not
I
done
came
as
in
well.
going, okay. That was, I love what they did off the field. On the field, this is a bit rough. So,
But that's a team for us. We're very much off the field.
yeah, we do.
That's
Speaking our language.
Yeah. So that's how things started. But now we're back on track. We're feeling good. How's the season going? We're feeling like we're back on track for a big finals campaign.
100%. And I'm really glad we're here now because start of the season, if you said come on the podcast, would have said no, we're embarrassed, we're not coming. But now looking a little better, looking for a good finals campaign. But yeah, it's North round one was very interesting.
Yeah. It was a good wake-up call, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, I'm glad it
I
happened.
think anyone playing North, it's a bit of a wake-up call, though, to be fair.
I mean, I'd like
They're-
they got to be cheating or something. Like, how can they be that good? Like, surely when you're sitting there going, "Whoa!" Like playing in the grand final, do they have new players or anything, or was that just?
No, I think
Same team pretty much.
it's the same team.
Yeah.
But as I said, you lose a grand final, you're going to come back the next year and you want to kill that team. It happened to us. We did the same thing to Melbourne when last year they beat us in the granny, took our cup away from us. When we versed them in round 10, we did the same thing. Went out and absolutely pantsed them in the third quarter. You spend your whole off season pretty much looking at one game. And then when you get to verse them in round one, we definitely got our pants pulled down and that's okay. We learn a lot from
Yeah.
it. But they're a very good team. I wouldn't say they're unbeatable though.
No.
Controversial.
Oh, we said that. We said that in the last episode. Anyone who plays in the grand final, looks like they'll get there, but whoever plays against them, every chance you can knock them off.
100%.
100%.
Yeah. And you were saying that stat about the team who's lost in the AFLW comes back the next year and wins the flag. So they
It
lose the
has.
grand final, they come back and win the flag.
It's happened a few times, yes, which
Wow.
is scary. I don't want to think about that right now.
Well, that's nice and negative. Wow. Well, you guys have been up and around the top for a long time. It just seems from the outside looking in, just a good culture at Brisbane. Men's team, amazing. Women's team, amazing. Organisation, amazing. Is the place just that good? Is it like a good football club?
Springers is pretty good. It is pretty good.
Springfield?
Springfield, yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
we're
a training facility, yeah?
yeah, our
Yeah.
training facility, which is actually 40 minutes out of Brisbane. We call it Springers. It's great, but it is not even in Brisbane. It's actually in Ipswich. It's in a different city.
Is that closest to GC? Closest or further
It's
out? of GC?
inland.
Brisbane, Gold Coast, Springfield.
Oh, so you're not really
Yeah.
at the Gabba at all?
No, we're never at the Gabba
I think we
anymore.
trained there once.
Yeah, we don't play
Not
there.
even a game?
We don't train there.
Cricket.
No.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That's why we don't talk about it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Wow, yeah.
We have played a few games there at the Gabba in the past, and they were great. We played those few double headers and stuff. We'll get into that in a sec. But
Yeah.
that was really cool to play at the Gabba. But the training at the Gabba and the facilities at the Gabba are nowhere near as good as what we've got out at Springfield now.
Springfield's elite.
It's great. But as you said, the culture at the club obviously helps when you're successful and you're winning. It's fun to be around. The boys are doing really well. But if you had said to us round 9, I think it was, when the boys were 14th.
Oh, you didn't want to be
games.
there.
No, really?
Not
Heads down.
not a great place in the club.
So was everyone there at the same time?
Yeah.
We were kind of in our off season, so we were just
Yeah.
floating in and out of the club. But it was we were bringing the energy because we were we're in off season, it's
Yeah.
all good. We're doing our training when we want and
Oh,
stuff,
how
and then we're like,
awkward.
Oh, and they were flat rolling in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, probably. No.
We think we take credit for the turning point in their season, though.
Oh, yeah. We'll
Yeah.
take that.
Someone has to take the credit.
Well, yeah.
Might as well be you.
We tell them this.
Yeah, we had a joint venue, like
Piss up.
piss up.
Oh,
Yeah, don't
here we
piss
go,
up.
yeah. Yeah.
It's insane. They
It
have
was
them.
a
It was unreal.
club bonding event.
Was it actually? What, everyone just
Yeah.
got on the beers and said, hey, let's just
Yeah.
enjoy our time
Was
together.
this the photo I saw where you were all in like a gigantic huddle? I saw there was maybe like the day after they won the premiership, or maybe a
No,
couple
this is
days
mid-season.
after.
No,
This is
we're
point.
talking
Yeah.
this was
Right.
early, like mid-season, like obviously
Started their winning streak.
Yeah.
pretty much. Like I hate to say it, but
So the club says, hey, like, this is where we're at. Let's just have a big piss up and
yeah,
turn
I
things
think
around.
everyone was so stressed, so tense, and
Yeah.
our CEO got his card out, and we're at his like, come on, another grand on the tab. All right, girls, all right.
How good. That's
you
culture.
know I like a company
Yeah.
card.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Payment on
culture.
tap.
You know, I love that.
Like-
That's what's going up there.
Had our own little room in like one of the pubs nearby and stuff. Like it was fun. It was literally just us. Like it was so fun.
lock-in.
Like
Yeah, that's awesome. We love that culture. I thought you were going to say it's one of those like honesty circles where like the women's team just berates them. You guys are really embarrassing us right now. How dare you?
You make us look bad.
Yeah, right. I love that stuff. I wish we should do that all, you and me.
Mid-season,
Just go to the pub.
company card.
Show a company card.
Pop another grand on.
Company card. Who's our rival? Is it Gold Coast or we don't really? North?
rivals.
Adelaide?
North,
No,
Melbourne,
because you got
Adelaide,
to remember we're not
Melbourne.
Brisbane fans.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
this
we're
is
learning
when
as
you-
well now
Yeah.
who we hate.
Oh, I feel like like Gold Coast will always be a rival because they're down the road.
The Q
but
Cup.
the Q
Little
Q
sisters.
Cup.
Yeah.
Q clash.
You get a cup as well? You get a cup?
Yeah.
Yep.
We get a cup.
Yep.
But I would say, the North Adelaide Melbourne rivalry, there's always going to be.
Yeah, big
That's going to be
games.
tough. Yeah, because we always face each other in big games as
Yeah.
well. So, like, some teams have the upper hand. Like, we hadn't lost to North until round one this year.
Yeah.
Like, we had always just beaten them. So they were like, they would obviously hate us.
Yeah.
Hate us. Like, especially in the granny, you come from behind to then win in the last quarter. Like,
Yeah.
that's probably why they hate us.
Yeah, right. Is
But-
every granny in Melbourne at Icon Park?
No, depends where you finish. So we don't have a set home ground for grand final, like the men's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're learning all day. I hope
Yeah.
everyone's, I'm learning
God, this is like an
now.
education
Really?
session. This is
Yeah.
great.
Don't throw we into that.
I only knew that. I only knew that. Okay, so it changes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we've played Adelaide Grand Final at Adelaide
Of
Oval.
course, yeah. Sorry, I should have known this. Yeah.
Yeah, we played Springfield Grand Final. Wasn't as successful. That was literally like a week after the field got opened, and it was.
Wasn't it like sand?
Oh, was it
fields?
cooked?
Yeah, it was probably not ideal.
Really?
Probably shouldn't be saying this because they're like, nah, it's all good to go, all good to go.
Yeah. No, it's good. Oh, I can see some sand there. No, it's good. Good.
They literally told us because the news and stuff are all there, like, don't bounce the balls, like, because it doesn't come back. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
don't do that then,
Okay,
girls.
so you better
Yeah.
play grand final. Just I wouldn't bounce it. Yeah, that's the only thing.
Because they were filming our like captains run the day before. They're like, just don't bounce the ball. Like, what? I probably should be playing here then.
Yeah.
And then we lost, and we're like, oh, I shouldn't have played then.
Yeah.
Because you're playing rugby.
Shit.
So yeah, the
Yeah,
venues do
right.
change,
I
but
love that.
Carlton
That's awesome.
last year, like at Icon, sold out within minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
It was packed.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that was like, they should have moved it to a bigger venue.
yeah.
Get more
get
people
more
there.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
because people
talks
missed out
about
on
the G.
tickets. Like we had to, like as players, had to go on and buy like tickets, as many tickets as we can, because people couldn't get them. Like with our
Oh,
membership,
what?
like we get our allocated amount, obviously, but
Yeah.
like. What, it was like 10 tickets. So
Yeah.
there's more than 10 people wanted to come to the granny who missed out on tickets. So then we had to go on and get our own tickets in the like to
Oh,
try and
no,
get
no.
it like with the barcodes.
Yeah.
Like it was just impossible. Like
You could find big ground for that.
yeah,
The G,
Well,
surely.
we've got a big ground. It's called Marvel.
Yeah.
We own it.
There was
Yeah,
like-
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
yeah, and we're doing it.
Last year there was like some BMX thing on there. So that's why we couldn't play there. I was like,
I
it's
mean,
a football
there's a lot
stadium.
of-
At an AFL stadium.
We'll get into it. There's a lot of things that we think could be better for
Yeah.
the game, the AFLW, the league, to make it bigger and better. But let's get into how do we get into the footy first? Because you're from Cairns.
Yeah.
Your parents Olympians? Or went to the Olympics?
Oh, yeah.
Did research.
Wow.
Love it. That's
Nice
pretty
one,
cool.
Nick.
Wikipedia search.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd they do?
Mum represented Great Britain at the Olympics for 10 and 5K, and Dad did marathon for Switzerland.
Whoa. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're runners.
We're running.
Yeah, I
Can you
used to be a
run?
runner.
Oh,
Yeah.
here we go.
Yeah. Didn't
What
handle the pressure
distance?
too much.
What distance are we talking?
I did 8:15.
Oh,
Yeah. Two of the worst.
worst events.
800.
800. Oh, that's a horrible, horrible length.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like lactic acid city.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
horrible.
Why is that? Because it's essentially short enough to be a
It's like-
sprint.
yeah,
But
sprint.
long enough that that's too long to sprint
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You wouldn't do 800s now for testing though in pre-season, would you?
No,
A
just the
Ks?
2Ks.
2K?
Oh, the horror 2K.
How do we go in 2Ks? Any good? You're a winger. You're a winger. So
Yeah,
you get to,
not our prime though. Usually,
at the start of the
Not at the
season.
start of the season.
Nah.
we kind of hit our form start of the season.
yeah. Right.
not the end of the off season.
Oh yeah. Okay, so a runner, and then what? In Cairns fan footy.
Runner, and then at school, got a day off school to go play AFL. And then that's how I did it.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, anything for a day off school.
Yeah, take that. Well, they said if you want a day off to play football,
Yeah,
you can do
I was
that.
like, I don't know the rules, but I'll be there.
Cool.
Still don't know the rules, obviously.
Love that. And because I
Still don't know
yeah,
the rules.
that's great. Okay, I like that. And Jade, Brisbane, obviously
Literally.
local product. So isn't Brisbane like all rugby?
It is probably a lot more rugby, but
Yeah.
it's literally the same as Poppy. My school teacher said I could have day off school to go and play. So I said, yeah, no worries, I'll go do that. So
Really?
I played basketball growing up and athletics.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't in my forte. Like I was born in England as well. So dad and my brother were all soccer, football, sorry.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So AFL was foreign to me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you both get the day off school, which is awesome, to play
Yeah.
football, and then work your way to like local quaffle up there?
No, it would have
Junior
been
footy.
junior and then
Junior.
like under 18s.
Under 18s.
So there's like 9 or
footy.
10 of us that have all played in the under 18s Queensland team together.
Yeah.
And
so,
now play at Brisbane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, when you're doing that together, that's how you build a
Yeah.
squad. Like, yeah.
And Craig was
Yeah.
our coach.
Craigo. I said you
knows
guys,
what's
Craig
going
scares
on.
me a bit.
Yeah.
He reminds me of like just like not like Rodney Eade or like scary coaches, but like someone that you just don't want to piss off or annoy.
He's such a softie.
It's
Like,
but it's like disappointing your dad.
Yeah.
that's the worst
Yeah.
thing to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Like when you disappoint your dad like that.
Yeah.
But he seems like from the little raps we've heard, he's a great person, a great
Great
coach.
person, great coach. Like we've had him as a coach since we were literally 17 years old. So it's like we've grown up with him, like 16.
No wonder
even.
the culture's there. That's
That's,
unreal.
Yeah.
yeah. No wonder you're so good. You've all played together, all had the
Yeah,
same coach
so
essentially.
long.
So everyone has
Yeah.
just. And then because you obviously came in last year on a flag, so you knew
Yeah.
that Poppy was coming through the system and like.
So this, brings us into Quaffle, right? So we're very grateful for Quaffle, and they called a supplementary draft last year, and
Yeah.
this is where we've got Poppy, one of my best mates, into the team because
Personality hire.
pretty much.
She plays football.
I've been telling Craig for years. I was like, come on, we got to get Poppy on. Like, we need to get her on the list. Jade, we don't need 2 party girls in the team. Finally, it comes up. I think we do.
I need a partner in crime.
And then, it gets picked up in the supplementary draft where there was like, 3? We picked up 3 people. Like, not many.
Yeah.
Like, very, very few people got picked up in this draft because he had to have nominated for the draft the year before. And finally get Poppy in. First year, comes in, wins a flag. She's like, this shit's easy.
Yeah, everything
I don't
in
mind
this
this.
seems so easy.
Yeah. Like, everything
Crazy.
just fell into place.
I was meant to, apparently, he was going to pick me up the year before, but I didn't enter the draft. Forgot about it. Too busy at the
As you
beach
do,
or
yeah.
something.
I totally understand that.
Actually,
Very
just
lucky.
forgot
Yeah.
about it. It's like, nah, not going to happen. Or
I don't know. I just thought if it was going to happen.
Big believer in like if it's going to happen, it'll happen.
Yeah.
Make
It
sure
doesn't
you
have to
enter
put
this
anything in
time.
place.
yeah, crazy. Is Quaffle like the jump from Quaffle football to AFLW? Is it like massive? Is it
Yeah.
noticeable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like quicker or?
So much faster. Like it's so, I think that's the biggest thing is the speed and like how quick the ball moves and like how well obviously it moves as well. But as you said before, we've all played so much footy together. We all played Quaffle together. Like there's a whole like bunch of us who played at Cooperoo. There'd be like a whole bunch who played at like Maroochydore. We'd all verse each other, but there'd be like 4 or 5 players in each Quaffle team that were playing together in the off season before we had like a longer season and stuff. So we'd go and play in the off season together at Quaffle and then come back to AFLW towards the end of the year. So you'd get like a whole season
Yeah.
and then go play AFLW.
It's also, can I say, Dan, it's so good hearing you say the word quaffle.
Quaffle? Why? Just like it?
It's Harry Potter.
Oh, it's George Harry Potter.
No.
Yes, Jade.
Right, I'll be cutting that bit out.
Oh, yes. He's got this fixation with Harry Potter. It does my head in. I just don't get any of the terminology at all.
Yeah.
I was
But
a bit.
Quaffle's
Nah.
in Quidditch, so you kept saying quaffle. Thought maybe one person to join me in. That's fine.
Outnumbered here.
So we go back to Quaffle. When the season finishes now, I know we're moving into maybe a full-time spot for AFLW. Do you have to go back to Quaffle after the season or not now? No?
Not anymore.
Done,
No,
none.
we're
Okay.
pretty lucky that the club's happy with how many games we play. Like with finals, like obviously been lucky to play a lot of finals games. That's enough footy games for us for the year. For those players who might be injured or coming back through or didn't get as many games in the year, they'll go back and play
Yeah.
Quaffle. But if you've played the whole season, then you can
You're fine. Great.
Yeah.
Love
Would
that.
love a few more games. Like I loved when we used to go back and play Quaffle. I thought it was so fun.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
Just go back there and like, I guess your
Easy.
AFLW play. Go back and
yeah.
do that.
Like, rack up 40 touches a game. I'm like, this is brilliant in the season.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Damn, got
Yeah.
more touches in one game I did the whole season.
That is pretty cool. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about AFLW, like the fixture changes and stuff, how maybe it could be better. Like you guys played 3 games in 9 days.
And we travelled to Perth for 5 of them.
Oh my God. Was that just the worst? Like really horrible?
Loved it. Like it was so fun. Like you just didn't get to think about it. There was no like training sessions and stuff. You pretty much played a game,
Recover, play.
recover, play.
Yeah, that
Like,
sounds fun.
It was pretty
It
good.
was fun.
Yeah.
No
but
training
then the next like probably a few weeks after that, you're like hanging out your eyeballs. You're
Yeah.
so tired because it was like you can get yourself up for those 3 games because
Yeah.
it's so exciting. You're just fueled on adrenaline.
Yep.
Get to the next month and you're like, I am so tired. Like we've played all of this, we've traveled, and then you've still got to keep playing a game every single week. Yeah. So I reckon we probably saw the next few weeks were probably the hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough.
So with that in mind, you would have saw during the week Mitch Cleary comes out with a bit of a step-by-step plan as to what he thinks could improve
Yeah.
things. I've got the list here. We can go into depth on some of them,
Yeah.
or we can just say a bit of a yes or no if you think that'd
Yeah.
help. So step 1 for the whole competition, start season in June.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go. Night grand final.
No.
No.
Oh, hold on.
Thought-
Why
yeah.
not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so grand
Do you want to party
finals.
at night?
That's what it is.
Well,
That's what it is.
yeah, but like if you're playing a night grand final, and by the time you actually get off the field, it's going to be midnight.
Yeah.
Like-
yeah.
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 Like
Like
last
Win or lose,
Yeah.
like there's just so much going on after that. There's the presentations, there's everything,
Yeah.
and then it's midnight. It's like logistically a nightmare.
It's a lot,
and
yeah.
they're cutting into celebration time. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Afternoon, prime
What was it
time.
like last year when you win? Is there just a heaps of media and stuff you have to do after? Like when can you actually
It
leave and
wasn't
celebrate?
that much.
No, it was all
Yeah.
pretty much all celebrating.
Celebration.
So like you have like the actual like ceremony and like all of the medal presentations and stuff. Then you get to go spend like we spent like an hour doing like a lap around on the field.
Yeah.
There's all the photos. You see your families. Like it's so good.
Yeah.
And then you go into the change rooms.
And that's when it gets good.
Yeah, we're talking.
Yeah. And like
Close the doors.
yeah, close the doors, like literally, like. But we had like a little lock in where like all the coaches and like all the core staff and the sponsors
Yeah.
and like all the big dogs are in there, and it gets so wholesome. Like, everyone's crying, like it's just
Cool.
like,
That's cool.
You do that at nighttime, you're just cutting into all
Nah.
of that. Everyone's
Yeah.
gonna be rushed, like
All right. Well, go stuff yourself, Mitch, on that
Sorry,
one.
so final one question. So when can you actually? So can you go out that night? Like straight up
Yeah.
once you shower, change, go.
We
we
had
had
a
after
function,
party.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
which was good. And then we went out and pretty much stayed out till we had to be on the bus the next day.
And fly back.
yeah,
And then
But, like-
straight from the airport to somewhere else.
straight to the next one.
So it was a couple of days of doing stuff after.
I
you
think
win
it was like
2 weeks.
2 weeks or something.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Great.
Love that.
You kind of took the piss on it, but when you're in a flag, it's all right.
Yeah.
Make most of that.
Rate
Yeah.
that.
Step 4, gather around in July.
I like that.
Yeah.
And I think he's saying somewhere else other than Adelaide. So Queensland would be the
Queensland.
Queensland
Thoughts
would be
on
good.
that?
Yeah.
That'd
Got
be
2
cool.
great grounds, Springfield and Metricon, and even the Gabba if you
Yep.
wanted to use. Well, you
Yeah.
could use it because if it's in July.
That's true.
Springfield
Yeah.
sorted now.
Yeah,
Springfield's
Springfield's
good.
good.
We're
now.
good? Okay, we're
Springfield's
good.
fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
AFL double headers.
Yes.
Yes.
That'd be good.
We've had a few before.
Yep, and they-
So when we used to play later in the year, whatever it was, like the back end of the boys' season, we would play, and then the boys' game was straight after. By the time our game was finishing, there's like 15,000 people who have
Yep.
never seen AFLW before,
Yep.
Yeah.
watching a game and going, oh,
Even
this
the
is
other
actually
That's cool,
alright.
yeah.
When
Yeah.
the boys played, oh no, the boys came and did their like honour of lap with the cup after
After their
we
granny.
played. Yeah.
So many,
Yeah,
so
the
many
crowd
sellout.
was big.
It was a sellout.
I think it's the obvious one to do is
Yep.
do double headers.
Yeah.
Like, because you're going to get that massive audience before or after it is probably before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get great exposure for young kids,
It's
males.
just-
Like, it's
There's
good.
something to watch because like everyone gets to the footy so early, but like there's not much
Yeah.
going on. Like if you just
No.
put a game on, like put our game on,
People watch it as well.
people will
Yeah.
watch,
Yeah.
and then they'll come to the next one.
So then, speaking of exposure, I'll combine these. He's got Thursday night blockbusters, Wednesday night footy, and a Friday early match starting at about 5:10.
Don't mind it.
Don't
But
mind it?
It would depend on like how the next game looks.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like if you're playing on that Wednesday, are you playing on Sunday or are you playing the next week?
Yeah.
Like the condensed fixturing was
needs to go.
Yeah.
It won't
horrible.
happen again. I don't
No,
think.
I don't think it's going to happen again. But from like a entertainment purpose, having footy on every night, great. And
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
from a player welfare perspective, shocking. And from a league like development, not good.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
the games, like people are exhausted. You've just asked them to play 3 games in 9 days and then going,
expect it to
how
be
come
good.
you haven't kicked 10
Yeah.
goals in the game?
Yeah. I have felt that as well.
And then even just as a
yeah.
fan, like going out, I went out a couple of weeks ago to see St Kilda GWS on a Tuesday night in Frankston, and it wasn't school holidays, and you're just a bit like,
Yeah.
come on, like it's
They're not
almost
doing
an
us-
hour
yeah.
away on a Tuesday night. Like people have to work and they've got things
Yeah.
going on. So yeah, I don't know about the every night stuff. I just
Nah.
No. But like the midweek games, like the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Yeah.
I think would be perfect.
Yeah.
Like I think that's a market,
Yeah.
100% to tap into.
yeah,
But-
brilliant. Well, that's his plan. So it feels pretty good.
So he's done it. Yeah,
Like
except for
someone's
the
doing a plan.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
except for the night grand final.
Yeah.
Don't like
Yeah.
that.
Nah.
Probably more personally than
The personal plans, I'm out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I rate that. I don't know if they're talking about the AFL one as well. I don't think they'll do it. I just don't
think
know.
they'll do
It's
it.
too hard.
I think logistically, like when you put in business mind on, like I don't think it works.
Mm.
Like there's too much that clubs have to do after games, all the
Yeah.
presses, all that. Like what, you want to do a presser at 1 a.m?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
You're
it's
not
gonna
doing
happen.
I would like to watch that though.
Oh, I would love to watch that. I'll be in the background of it.
Yeah, it'd be wild.
With these on.
Yeah. It would be wild.
Anyway,
That was a game.
It would be wild. Finals. Let's go. Who are we? I know we said the vibes are good at the moment. North, we're thinking the danger.
North are dangerous. Hawks also
All Hawks.
Yeah.
Also scary.
They have our old midfield coach as well. So they play a lot
And-
how we play. Yeah.
Who's the midfield coach?
Daniel
Daniel
Webster.
Webster.
Love him. Great
Yeah.
coach, which why it's a bit scary.
And he
'Cause he's-
knows intel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's changed their game plan to play not
How
the
we
same,
play.
but a very
Similar.
similar brand of football that you may have seen before.
Oh, so you guys have picked up on that? Been like, hey, hold on, that looks
Yeah.
very familiar.
Yeah. Well expected. They've got like
Oh, I don't like that.
yeah. They've also got like one of our old key midfielders as well, and Emily Bates. Like she was Brisbane Lions through and through, and then went to the Hawks in the expansion period.
Yeah.
And Greta Bodie as well. So they took 2 of our All Australians that year, and now they've got our midfield coach.
So they're building.
tell me.
They're building a Brisbane
You do the
2.0.
math.
Would love to verse them.
Oh, I love that. Look out for that one. What do you think about the expansion? There's a lot of teams. I feel like,
there's a
as
lot of
we've
teams.
said, expanded quickly, and now sometimes you get the games where like a Gold Coast kick 4 points, or like the Lions kick
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
as a viewer pretty tough. What do you guys think when you're playing? Like you obviously beat up on them. Do you think we've gone too quickly, or to be okay? And obviously, in the long run, when more talent comes in.
Too quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like full
For the
stop.
quality
It was
of
too
football,
quickly.
yeah.
Like the expansion teams have done really well, which is great for them. But then I'm like, you just took the talent from the other teams.
Yeah.
So now there's still 4 or 5 teams who are winning 1 game a
Yeah.
season and struggling. And when they've got key players going down, it's hard to watch.
Yeah.
Like it is hard to watch, and they shouldn't have expanded this quickly. And like these are the years we knew we were always going to pay. As soon as they said we're going 18 teams, I said, oh, you're diluting very very
Quick.
quickly.
Yeah.
Very, very quickly. And now you're putting so much pressure on these young kids coming through to walk into these teams because, yeah, you're giving them all the high draft picks, but you're expecting them to go out there and verse people who've been playing for 9 seasons and be amazing straight away. Like, there's probably 3 players in the draft who could do that. Like, there's not enough for 18 teams
Yeah.
worth. Like,
Yeah.
But it'll get better, like,
will.
for having 18 teams. And, like, obviously it's great that every club does have a women's team, but for the quality of the game, probably was a bit quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't do
right.
anything about it now, but
No. No,
Imagine
right.
that. Scrapping teams.
sorry,
This
bottom of the
didn't
ladder.
work. Out. This didn't work. This didn't work.
It'd be like the EPL, you get relegated.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah, true.
Off you go.
How's your back going?
Back. A little bit of mayo on that, but it's okay.
you see the snapper back on the fence?
no.
Oh,
Did you
got
not
in a
see
brawl.
that?
Why'd you get a brawl for?
Bro, sticking up for my teammates.
Okay, are you a bit of a fighter?
No.
You're a scrapper? No.
Oh,
That's why it's funny because you're not. And then
Oh,
you
you're
ended up
not?
no, I'm not.
bent
at all.
over backwards over the fence. I was like, what?
I just wanted a physio appointment.
in a-
we never get them.
Yeah, in a scrap on the fence, and like snaps her back over the fence.
Over the fence. It was brilliant.
It was great.
Yeah.
I was
was
hoping a
great.
fan was going to get in there and stick up for you. That's
Yeah.
how
I was like, come on, guys. I
Yeah.
expect more from you.
That's great. That's great. Hey, well, thanks for joining us. Good luck for the finals. When you do make the grand final, we'll be there.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be there. We'll look for some. We'll get our own tickets. So I
In
know they're
these.
hard to get. So we'll get them. We're going to come to the rooms with you guys and
Yeah.
celebrate.
Sunny's
Put the
on.
Yeah, we'll
go
get you in
to-
the room.
We'll go to electric. We'll kick on. It'll be great. So thank you guys for
After
coming
the grand
on.
final.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
make sure I was after the
Yeah,
grand
definitely
final.
after. No sooner than that. But thank you guys. Really appreciate coming on. So thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.